There's a little advice for you guys, and I see you find myself playing the guitar once again. So I can sort of play guitar, and I sort of can't play guitar. But I thought I'd play you some guitar of what I can play guitar. So this might be a little cut because it might take me to get my steam, and I've never really played in front of people before, so this will be sort of my first thing. And even in the past, I'd write stuff, even when I was like bad at guitar, I'd write stuff which just wasn't half bad, and then I'd play it in front of friends who play guitar, and I'd get a little bit, and sort of, and I just forget everything because I don't really remember anything. I don't write anything down really, and I sort of play everything new all the time because my sort of mentality is supposed to be like, it wasn't supposed to be this, but it sort of turned into this because of the nature of what I was doing. I was trying to teach it for myself and learn like ways, and I have been progressively learning stuff, but I haven't actually learned any songs. Do you know what I mean? So like, literally, I haven't learned any songs ever. And that mentality was because I wanted to find my own style and stuff, and I want to work things out myself. But then through doing that, like every time I would play as well, they'd have to be original every time. So it'd take a while to get like into the flow of things, I guess, which is a bit odd. So it's still kind of like new to me in ways, as much as I've been playing on and off for like maybe 5 years now, maybe. Yeah, I've always had like a love-hate relationship with guitar as well, because to me, not only are a lot of people who play guitar quite smug. I mean, realistically, it's just, you know, it's a it's a talent, as much as anything else. Like, you don't painters aren't half as smug. Well, some of them potentially are as guitarists, but there's something about guitarists. I don't know. It does feel nice. It does feel good when you start getting good. But something that everything goes to your head, and I suppose you're in the moment and you get into a different mindset, and that I think that really uh, creates deep-seated sort of like ego issues, which I'm not about. And so that's one thing. And another thing is, I don't think guitar's gonna save the world. So not that I'm trying to save the world, but this song is called Batman and Robin. Anyway, I guess maybe that's what I was just thinking. I was just playing on that idea. There you go. I don't know. I guess we'll start somewhere and we'll see how it goes. And I might cut back into something in a minute. Drop the ball already. Thanks, man. Sorry, the voice might have put me off there. I think I fumbled a little bit. Yeah. Let's play something else in the same tune. So I still don't know where the notes are in this tuning, but quite nice, isn't it? sing, I guess. And I can sing in a few different ways as well, funny enough, which isn't too bad. It does sound a bit like Tubby, doesn't it? Right, so give us a moment to try and find something, and then I'll try and just freeball some rubbish about something. Okay. So yeah, I still don't actually know what the notes are, and one day I guess I will learn, and then I'll be unstoppable, won't I? going to come in singing? I just can't think of anything yet. I still haven't grasped anything. So. Still nice singing. Yeah. As you can see, I played open tunings, and I played other tunings as well. But I'm sorry if you're a skunk and you wanted to work that out on your own. But I feel like the guitar is pretty counterintuitive the way a lot of people teach you, and I feel like they try to actually make it difficult as possible. And there's probably a lot of reasoning in why it is that standard, but it doesn't work nicely. And if you're fumbling around, it helps to be like have nicer notes. I mean, if you were going to play in other keys, you're going to still need to be resilient or whatever, or adaptable. But there's certain shapes on the guitar, which I've found anyway, and that's how I play anyway. I sort of play in. I don't know why, but I imagine like cards, and I know it's nothing to do with cards. It's nothing to do with cards, but I always think of cards when I'm playing the guitar. And it would basically be like, it depends on the different patterns, but sometimes there'll be like some close together. Sometimes you skip a couple. So it'll basically be like skip a couple, there's a couple next to each other, skip a couple, there's a couple next to each other. And there'll be sort of these repeating patterns, and depending on what key you're in, those patterns are just different places on the guitar. And then you'll be able to make certain shapes and put them in different areas of the guitar. And some keys, it'll be like just every other note, and then there'll be the ones next to each other because they're like the major notes, the main, like, not sharps and flats or something maybe. So I think that's major, and then minor, obviously you start to add in sharps and stuff depending on the key. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, you can make scales, you can write scales, and they'll be in different keys and stuff. Um, uh, but then yeah, there's some like wider shapes. You can just be like skip bigger things, and then you can start doing weird patterns. Um, that's a bit more complex. And anyway, how I taught myself, and sort of a friend sort of taught me this, I guess, when I was like beginning. Um, he was just like, oh, start on two strings, or have one open string as like a drone, and then play to that. So have a drone going, and then play just like a little melody, and then add in extra notes here and there, and then the patterns get more complex. And then you can go back to doing, once you've sort of found those patterns and scales and whatever and the keys, then you can do chords, and you won't have to worry about the open string anymore. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much all how I play really. And I've got to the point now where I can play to other music, so I'm fine in that respect. So I don't really need to care about the methodology of it, because that stuff just doesn't sort of sink in with me. And you're seeing that you're playing the guitar. It still looks kind of fumbly and stuff. It's somewhat something in it. And maybe I'll actually give it a bit more time and not just try and throw something together and actually write some nice music. Because not everything I do is sort of like twinkly twangly, sort of jingly jangly, spangly wangly, bananagrams. And I've actually got some stuff which is actually like thought out, and like I want to like a tailor a sound to something specific. But yeah, the stuff I sort of tend to do off the cuff does tend to come out sort of like the only ones, or um, stuff like that. Sort of that English, I guess, and sort of this newer emo-y style as well. Which I like the only ones and stuff, and I like post punk quite a lot, more so than I like emo stuff. But it's still beautiful. It's good music. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll play some more. I'm gonna be even messier now. I've just spoken. But I'll try and sing. I want to sing something. I want to sing something because I do like singing as well. I do like quite actually really enjoy singing, and I think I sing reasonably well, honestly. And you don't have to sing particularly well, anyway, when you're in a band. I don't think. But especially, I'd love just drinking, singing with my friends. And at the beginning, it was like no one wanted to sing, and I'd be like, well, I'll sing then. And then once everyone starts getting a bit more comfortable, everyone's like, no, I want to be the singer, I want to be the singer, I want to be the singer. And I'm like, oh boy, I can't actually do anything else, so I need to sing. And then it comes to it, and we go, no, you sing, no, sort of thing. But yeah, it is what it is. But one day I'll do a drunken karaoke night. How about that? We can all do songs together over live stream or something if you want. Okay. Here's a little song I wrote. I can't. But still, yeah. Once again, I'm gonna have to find all the notes again. Because I don't know notes off by heart yet, and like where they're positioned. And yeah, these sort of I think they're called diminishing things where you go ding 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 ding. That sort of dun dun dun. You know, I tend to play at the beginning just because it just gets you in the head of it, I guess. And yeah, so don't think that's all I've got in my repertoire, because especially if I'm getting like spirited or something to say, I can do some more complex stuff. And this thing that pisses me off about guitar, right, is I'm pretty sure good guitarists will know this sort of thing, and they come out and they put their capos on, and they're like, "Oh, is that secret? Is that secret? Is it? Oh, don't mind me." And then start playing, and they start. It's like, why can't we have like? Why does I know there's magic to it when you go to a live thing. It's beautiful to have something which is like absolute spectacle and like really just blows your tits off. But I love the public air, man, guys, and you know, if we are holding something back for a bit of mysticism, why don't we bring that mysticism into the real world, and we can really have like a massive just cultural revival, and the streets and the bars and stuff will come back and be better. Because I know a lot of young people probably haven't even started drinking yet, but when you were like babies, which is bizarre, I know I'm going old man time, get my pipe out of my guitar. Some of you might be like, actually, I'm pretty sick of drink. Drink's disgusting, and it's out fashioned, it's out of date. I'm just being on the internet or something. I don't know. I want to smoke weed. But bars and that are really important, and they've changed a lot in the last, especially in England. They've changed massively over the last 20 years, which is a shame. Anyway, let's try and write some music. Let's try to do some singing songs. What was it? Alright. That's one thing I hate though. As much as I like post-punk, I like alternative, I like all sort. I don't like pop punk at all. So if you like pop punk, you're a write-off in my eyes. Okay, and I will never be affiliated with pop punk, and I will not. The only ones and all that sort of thing. They're brilliant. And in my eyes, that's just sort of like girly alternative. But pop punk is just, and I hate it honestly. I hate the culture. I hate it seems just facetious, and pop and punk don't go together at all. So just like even do that sort of emo stuff. There's not, but that's more gritty, I think. I mean, I'm not saying people don't have their angst and whatever and their problems, but I don't like it. And I think it's a bit dead now anyway. Hopefully it's dead. But yeah. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do. I'll have to do it another time. I'll play the tambourine. I'll play the bongos. Play the spoons or something. Sorry. Oh no, I've cursed myself. Talking about pop punk, all the pop punk girls are going to attack me now. To be fair, I don't know anything about pop punk, but it makes me just this name makes me sick alone. So, um, it's a disgrace. It is a disgrace, and middle class people as well who listen to that emo stuff as well. They can all die, metaphorically speaking. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Music is not a class choice, and it isn't an absolver either. So you can't say, "Oh, music's a universal language." It's not. If you're a prick, you're always going to prick, and if you're going to be singing about being a prick, then I think you just point yourself out as even more of an absolute dong, and you should be ashamed. Right. So that's me singing. Thank you guys, and cheers. And everything. Probably won't even bother releasing this shit actually, or most of it honestly. It's so bad. Thrown together.